What do you do when those that you've shown good to now end up showing evil to you? When it comes to the issue of repaying, you can't do a better job than God. I promise you. There's something we as Christians, we should make sure we don't end up doing. Because if you end up doing it, there's an issue. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Wisdom Wednesdays with Peace. I'm so happy to have you here with me again. There's just something that I got while reading this couple of verses. Here we have a couple of verses from different books of the Bible, but all heading towards a particular point. And I don't know, but I just hope that as I was blessed, I hope that someone watching this is also going to get blessed. So, I think the verse was from my devotional. Yes. So I was reading 2 Chronicles 24, and the text was in particular 17 to 21. But I just read the next verse, which is 22. And 22 is where I have my lessons today. So, but I'm just going to read from the 17 to 21, and then let's just see how it goes from there. So I read 2 Chronicles 24, 17 to 21. As usual, I'm using the New King James Version. So it says, "Now, after the death of Jehoiada, the leaders of Judah came and bowed down to the king, and the king listened to them. Therefore they left the house of the Lord God of their fathers and served wooden images and idols, and wrath came upon Judah and Jerusalem before their trespass. Yet he sent prophets to them to bring them back to the Lord, and they testified against them, but they would not listen. Then the Spirit of God came upon Zechariah, the son of Jehoiada, the priest, who stood above the people and said to them, Thus says God, why do you transgress the commandments of the Lord so that you cannot prosper? Because you have forsaken the Lord, he also has forsaken you. So they conspired against him, and at the command of the king, they stoned him with stones in the court of the house of the Lord." Verse 22, which is the verse that we're going for. It says, "Thus Joash the king did not remember the kindness which Jehoiada his father had done to him, but killed his son, and as he died, he said, The Lord look on it and repay." Guys, so I was just like, okay, this verse 22, why did my eye even come down to this place? You have Joash. So the background of this Joash was that he was about to get killed, like when he was much more younger. And you see this Jehoiada, right, that is being mentioned. The mom, so you have Zechariah. Joash killed Zechariah. Now, when Joash was small, he was going to get killed. But the mom of Zechariah and the dad, they took him in. So they rescued Joash. They took him in, and then they protected him. They kept him. They shielded him, just so the people that were out for his life doesn't get him. And then they basically rescued him. He became a king, I think, at the age of 7. If you read at the beginning part of this chapter. So he became a king at the age of 7. And the reason why he was alive to even become this king was because of what this family did. Now you have 22 happening, and the person that they protected ends up killing their child. And so the question that came to my head was, how do we navigate people repaying the good that we have done to them with evil? So it's one thing that someone does you good and you do not reciprocate. Like, I mean, if people do good to you, do good to them back. But that's a different case altogether. You don't do them good, but you also do not do them evil. But the problem now is, what do you do when those that you've shown good to now end up showing evil to you. Because just imagine Jehoiada, that's the mom of Zechariah, bringing in this small child into her house, taking care of this child. She's not thinking that this one will end up killing my own son. Like, it's not, the math is not mathematics. I don't understand. Because you have this debt that they protected you from, is the same thing that you end up doing that. And that's how the Bible puts it. Thus, Joash, the king, did not remember the kindness which Jehoiada, his father, had done to him, but killed his son. And as he died, he said, "The Lord look on it and repay." Sorry, I've been Jehoiada is the father. Yes, Jehoiada is the father of um Zechariah. Yes. So now imagine what I'm just thinking about the thoughts that will be running through Zachariah's mind. Of course, that's why he ended up praying that kind of prayer as he was dying. The Lord look on it and repay. And did the Lord look on it? Of course, yes. But it's for me, I was just thinking, and I was just asking myself, so what do we do? Because it seems like that's the order of day in our generation, in what's happening in the world right now. You do someone good, like I've had stories. Maybe you have someone that they help you to get a job in a particular company. They've been nothing but good to you, and then after they help you to get a job in the place they are working, then because of you, of I don't even know, I don't know. Maybe you want to get ahead. Then you hear cases where someone goes and reports some kind of cook and bull story, something that is not true, so that this one can get fired out of the job and then get demoted. I'm like, people did not do you anything. They only did good to you. Like, why will you choose to be evil? I'm serious. It baffles me because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So I was just thinking to myself, as Christians, as believers, what should we do? Now, it's interesting because the life of a Christian is it's not easy. Oh. It's not easy. But there are certain things that the Lord has called us to do, right? And if we say we are children of God, if we say, well, we serve God, if we say we want to do the will of our Maker, then there are some things that are called hard decisions that we must make. So while I was thinking about what we should do, um, it cast my mind back to the verse in Galatians, yeah, chapter 6, verse 9, that tells us we should not be weary in well doing. So I'm thinking, why does the Bible have to tell us do not be weary in well doing? And I was just, okay, what does it mean to not be weary in well doing? But do not be tired of doing good. But I'm like, why do we need that kind of reminder? Why do we need that statement to be made? Because if someone does you good, and then I don't think that like when you are doing something good to someone and then they are also reciprocating it, they are doing good to you too. I don't think nobody's going to get tired of it. You help me today, I help you tomorrow, next tomorrow, if I need help from you, I come again, I meet you, you help me. It's a case of we are all helping ourselves, nobody is feeling left out. I don't think there's anything about tiredness. Tiredness is not crossing our mind, to be honest. That's just me thinking. But I think the reason why we have do not be weary in well doing is because of cases like this. When you do something nice, something great, something good to someone, and then they sabotage your effort. And then you are just encouraged that, well, because they did this, doesn't mean that you should stop doing good. Yeah. It doesn't mean you should stop doing good. And it doesn't even mean that you should stop doing good to those particular set of people. We just have to ask the wisdom of God and God's help and God's strength to be able to help us to be able to you know, do good to those people that have really hurt us. But I just want to use this means and medium to just, I think it's more of an encouragement to someone out there. You're probably saying, how do I go from here? I know there are so many instances, there are so many examples that we might have gone through, or we know someone close that has gone through such kind of experiences. How you did not, I mean, just look at this verse that we just read. They were going to get you killed, and we took you in, we helped you, we clothed you, we sheltered you, we provided you with food, we provided you with all the care, both psychological, emotional, everything. We did nothing to you other than being good. And then you come years later that we should kind of, be reaping the fruit of our labor upon your head. And the only thing that you end up doing is to kill our own child. Like to I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying, but like it's so sad. It's so sad, it's so painful. I don't know the experience that we have all gone through. I don't know the things that we have done to people that people now choose to treat you in the most demeaning of ways. They choose to rubbish all the effort that you have done. But this is my cue to just encourage someone today that as a Christian, as a believer, God sees, yes, He's aware, and it tells us that don't be weary. So if you take it and you say, oh, you'll not be weary, He's going to definitely compensate you. Why do I say so? It's not just me saying it. Look at Proverbs chapter 17. I read verse 13. It says, whoever rewards evil for good, evil will not depart from his house. So God sees, God is aware. No, let's leave that. God is aware, and God knows how to give punishment to these people. He said, whoever rewards evil for good, somebody like Joash, whoever rewards evil for good, evil will not depart from his house. So this is to the people that are repaying evil for good. Evil will not depart from your house. Now, to those who is on the other end, the receiving end, right? The one that, well, you did good and they do you evil. Know that God sees, God hears, God knows. And He's not going to allow, them get away with it. Yes. But it is left to Him. Now, in Proverbs 20, verse 22 also, New King James, it says, do not say, I will recompense evil. Wait for the Lord and He will save you. Like, this part is also God telling you, don't take matters into your own hands. I used to tell people that when it comes to the issue of repaying, you can't do a better job than God. I promise you. No, you can't do a better job than God. Seriously. So you must just try to resist the urge to want to pay back. Resist the urge to want to do to them as they have done to you. You cannot do a better job of repaying evil like God. Like, repaying evil things to evil people. You can't do a better job than God. So when He says, don't recompense to any man evil, don't say, oh, they do me, I will show them that me safe. I understand the assignment. They think that I don't know anything. They think I don't have sense. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's going to be hard. I promise you, it's going to be hard. But I just want you to have that thought in your head. You cannot pay back like God. You cannot pay back. You cannot pay back like God. And when God does His pay back, you self you receive. So, number one, make sure that because they did you cruel, it doesn't stop you from being good. Because being good is not it's not because, well, you want to do good so that people do good to you. It's more about your walk with God. It's more about your relationship with God. It's more about you keeping His commandments. He said, learn to do good. So you are doing it. You're doing good because of Him, because everything should be done to the glory of God. But now when you have this kind of certain circumstances, just wash your hands off it and leave it to the hands of God. Rest. God knows how to repay. But there is a caveat, and I want to share to you that caveat. So as God is repaying, we have already concluded that nobody can do a better job than God. But as he's repaying these evil people back, there's something we as Christians, we should make sure we don't end up doing. Because if you end up doing it, there's an issue. Now I read Proverbs 24 and I read from verse 17 and 18. But I'm going to read this part in the NIV version because it's very interesting. Now, as God is doing this payback, right? And you're like, it's good. It's happening to them. That's what the Bible tells us to do. It said, do not gloat when your enemy falls. When they stumble, do not let your heart rejoice. Verse 18 says, all the Lord will see and disapprove and turn his rod away from them. I don't know if you understand this, but like when God is now paying back these people their own lot, and you are like, it's good for them. You did not say it in your mouth, you say it in your heart. It's two things he said here. Don't gloat when your enemy falls. They are your enemy. Why shouldn't I gloat? But that's what God says. Don't gloat when your enemy falls. When they stumble, do not let your heart rejoice. It's not just that you are not saying it to with your mouth. Your heart too is also not saying it. Because God will look at it, he will disapprove, and he will turn his wrath away from them. So he will wash his hand and not punish them again. Just imagine that God is giving people some sweet, nice punishment, and because you are we're happy that this thing is happening to them, he stops the punishment. And you are there praying 100 years. God, bring God, bring. But he started the work and he allowed you to see it. And then when he allowed you to see it, you were happy because your enemy is tumbling. Your heart was rejoicing because your enemy is tumbling. And then he stopped. And then you're like, oh God, why are you not? This is it. Oh, this is the reason. This is the reason. So yes, it's very interesting. When I saw this verse, it is really interesting. This life of Christianity is a serious one. But yes, I just pray that with these things that we have had, just let's take this as an opportunity to know that God sees, God understands, and God will repay. And as God is repaying, we should make sure that we also are not so happy and jubilant with what is going on. So that concludes what I have to tell us today. So I just want us to drop in the comments if you have ever faced such kind of situations. What did you do? How did you handle it? We'll all just be reading together. Thank you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. See you on another Wednesday. Bye bye.